But everyone wants finance. Everyone's looking for finance. But how do financiers get qualified leads that fit their mandate? And that's what our platform will do by utilizing algorithms with pre-agreed mandates or pre-populated mandates from financiers, that when your buyer or seller applies for finance on the platform, the algorithms will match the buyers or sellers with the specific financier dependent on that financier's mandates. Now, there are many mandates from a financier's perspective, right from financiers purely concentrating on trade finance to supply chain finance, purchase order, invoice discounting, etc. Now, to all those pre-populated mandates will then get linked up through the back-end algorithms that the platform will work with. Now, from the logistics perspective, the platform is partnered with Shipper Freight, who are based out of the US. The structure around our logistics offering is, if you put yourself into the shoes of a seller wanting to see how competitive your product is getting delivered to a certain location, or you've got your buyer on the one side wanting to compare apples with different products that's delivered from various locations, how do you do that besides going through a laborious process of phoning each logistics company, getting a quotation of those ground nuts from Malawi versus ground nuts from Zambia, from DRC, and then getting a final quotation with it delivered to a city or town in the USA. And that was one of the biggest questions that we wanted to bridge when we were setting up the platform. Where our initial ideas were, you get your lanes that are required. It's going to take you 2-3 days to get your quotations back, but it just wasn't good enough. And there we came across Shipper Freight, which is part of Agility within the supergroup structure, and from there, how the Shipper Freight offering will work is you put in all your information for your load that's moving out of either wherever it is in sub-Saharan Africa. So you'll have your origin, destination, and they're pre-populated lanes. Now, we're actually working it out within sub-Saharan Africa. If you're looking at about 5 different locations within each country, and you're doing cross-pollination of lanes to America, Asia, Europe, Australia, and integration back into it. There are 12,000 different lanes that are within sub-Saharan Africa to the world that we're working with. Right? So to populate that from day one, we're not there yet, but it is a work in progress, and over the next couple of months that will be in place, which will allow an individual in Zambia exporting to the US will be able to get a price on that container within a couple of minutes without having to wait 2-3 days to actually get that quotation. Now, the advantage there is that if you're acquiring macadamias, for example, you can get a price from Durban, a price from Malawi, a price from Zambia, and you can compare apples and you can compare all the prices against one another. That also then helps the sellers at the same time. You can utilize the same function to get an idea of whether they are competitive or not. We all operate in an open market, and if you're not competitive, you are not going to you're not going to be able to compete on the larger scale. Right? So going through the Shipper Freight structure, it's a straightforward, gives you a quotation, they'll give you a full charge breakdown, and then from there you'll end up with your final page, which gives you your full payment details, and your logistics then runs through from that point.